What's going on, people? This your boy Hotep X here. Musa, and this is Beyond Belief.
When people vote, they are voting for the president, who is our commander-in-chief. And I have said, and I believe this with all my heart, he is not qualified to be commander-in-chief, either by experience, preparation, or temperament.
I mean, I watched Hillary today. It was pathetic. It was pathetic. It was so sad to watch. And, you know, she's up there and supposed to be a foreign policy speech. It was a political speech. Had nothing to do with foreign policy. When you watched her today, she does not look presidential. That I can tell you. She does not.
Forever.
This is not a president. 4 more years of this stuff, and I'll tell you.
Let's try to solve it. Right here, King Musa, here with your boy Hotep X, and welcome to the podcast. This is the opening night. So I just want to get right into the discussion. Here with my man Musa. So just personally, who do you vote for? Hillary or Trump? Who you feeling, Hillary or Trump?
I ain't feeling really none of them, but if I had to pick, I'll go for Trump for one reason, not because I like Trump. That's not the reason why I'm picking Trump. The reason I'm picking Trump is more for the reason of we need a change of pace. We go Democrat for the last 50 or 60 years. There was no change.
50 plus years.
It don't really matter what the difference is, but if we only vote Democrat, we'll never know.
We'll never know. And this is a part of the argument that Trump had. That's part of the argument that Trump had. He was saying that you've been voting Democrat for the last 50 plus years, right? For the last 50 plus years. Where have we gone? What have we gotten? What have we received as a black community? Now I'm just talking about the black community as a whole, as collectively. What have we received in the last 50 plus years when it has come to voting? And you'll hear a lot of people say things like, well, you know, your ancestors, they died for your rights to vote. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but at the end of the day, if they knew we were going to be in the position that we are in today when it came to voting, they probably would have focused their fight towards something totally different. Something that had, you know, something to do with economics, to build and to get resources. But see, now we're in a position where we're voting and we're hoping. It's just a hope. It's a hope for things to come, and we haven't received anything yet. We own no businesses. And just like Trump said, now, when it comes to the voting aspect, I don't like either candidate. But at the end of the day, when it comes to being raw and uncut, I gotta go with Trump. Because just like he said, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose, people? We don't have anything to lose as a black community. We are at the bottom of the wealth pool. We spend the most money, right? We are at the bottom of the wealth pool. We spend more money than the people at the top of the wealth pool. What is going on with that? I don't understand the science of that.
So that's how you know it ain't the money problem. It's not, we get money. It's how we allocate that money.
How we allocate our funds. Where are we putting our funds into?
When we don't vote, the whole Hillary Trump thing, to me, I think we should vote, but I'm not talking about voting for presidents only. We need to vote more for our local and state people that got direct effect with us.
Okay.
Like the parks and things like that kids don't got rec centers. We got one in Rochester right now got one of the worst city school districts right now, and that's something that we directly have impact to. Talking about the Hillary and Trump, we're going to go through that today, but the main thing we need to be focused on more is something, our city and state. Our city is fucked up right now, so we need to worry about those situations there.
And this is what I tell people about propaganda, right? Because I see people at work, I see people when I'm at the market, I see people when I'm at the bank, wherever I'm at. And when you bring up this conversation about who you're voting for, Hillary or Trump, people get so hyped, they get so caught like this is a sports event, like, and they get so emotional and they get elated and it gets crazy. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, but where's the direct effect? Like, we have a city council. Somebody's going up for city council right now. We have somebody going up for state judge right now. Like, we have all these different people that's directly affecting your child's schools, your living conditions. You know what I'm saying? Whether your DSS, social services, these different medication, Medicaid, these different services that are afforded to us. These people are not focused on voting for those people. Like, it's funny how America propagates this Democrat and Republican. At the end of the day, it's like, people, we need to be focusing on the local.
And you calling number definitely 585-284-2002. That's again 585-284-2002.
Please call in. Please call in. Just share your perspective on this, your position. How do you feel? Let us know.
We're gonna take our first caller right now.
We're gonna be reaching out. So we're gonna have a few people that's gonna be on the episode, on some few episodes. We're gonna have people calling in, and we're gonna be reaching out to some people.
Yo, Anthony, you live on the radio right now. Where you calling from today?
Columbus, Ohio. What's going on, fellas?
Well, it's your boy, Hotep Musa. We got Hotep X here right now.
What's going on?
You talking live right now. We got a couple questions for you.
Alright, good, fellas. How you doing?
But tell me how you feel about the state of America right now as a black man.
Right now, it ain't the best right now, but you do see a lot of people cats opening up, standing up, speaking out and stuff. It's not the best right now, but you do see like a resurgence of people like trying to figure out what the hell is going on. People do know it's an issue now, so it ain't the best, but I do think it's getting better day by day.
Okay, and we're gonna ask you the first question. The first question is gonna be Hillary or Trump. If you had to pick one, not saying you like one over the other, but if you had to pick one right now, who would you choose?
It gotta be Trump. You gotta be a fool if you going for Hillary. It gotta be Trump.
And why you feel Hillary is not the one for us? Just give us one reason why Hillary is not, and why Trump is a better fit.
It's fake. That's the whole reason why.
What was the reason?
It's all fake.
It's all fake.
Yeah.
Well, that's the issue that we're having. I mean, how do you feel about, people getting these fanatics, should I say, for these politics, voting Democrat, Republican president, and nobody's focusing on the local municipalities?
They're mostly focused on, is it a Democrat or a Republican? You already voted. I tell people, if you only vote Democrat, you're not really voting. You already have voted before. It doesn't matter what person was on there. You have voted for a Democrat. I know say Republicans ain't for us. I don't remember when Democrat was for us either. I'm not saying Trump is better, but I definitely understand that. And the next question we're gonna go into is the national anthem. I know we've seen Kaepernick and everything.
Kaepernick! Shout out to Colin Kaepernick out there standing up, brother. We appreciate it.
Definitely that.
Coming from the black community, black power.
We definitely thank that and other players that's doing that. But we have came up with some other knowledge about deeper reasons that made us look out more about the situation while you sat down. We have looked into the actual national anthem, and there's lyrics inside the national anthem talking about slaves inside of it.
So I wanted to share a little bit of that verse, because we all know, well, a lot of people have been here in the past week or so, that the writer of this Star Spangled Banner is Francis Scott Key. Francis Scott Key, actually, he was an American lawyer and an author and an amateur poet from Georgetown who wrote the lyrics to the United States national anthem. Now, this fourth verse is left out. Now, the controversy that we're having and the issue that people is having right now is, you know, oh, Colin Kaepernick should stand up for the national anthem, but he's letting you know, or they're saying that people have fought for this country. How dare he disgraces, you know, their legacy and the things that they've done for this country? And I say, no, it's not that at all. He clearly states the fact that he's taking the knee is for the troops as well, because the troops are the ones that are being abandoned by their own country. They're going out fighting the wars. You know, they're the ones that are leaving their families for you know, years at a time.
And one of the big things about it, the national anthem has, again, I want people to know, national anthem has nothing to do with the U.S. Army. It was not built. It was not written for that reason. That is a scapegoat just to say something. There's no lyrics in the Star Spangled Banner that has anything to do with the Army. If you have a alternative message that you find in here, definitely tell me or call in and tell us where you see that at. But it's definitely not about the Army and the vets. I always wanted to put that in there, how they say it's about the vets and you're disrespecting them, but it has nothing to do with the story anyways. It really had to do with slavery. Go ahead.
Yeah, fellas, I wanted to add something too right quick if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you see how the Star Spangled Banner was created as a scapegoat, right?
Correct.
Yeah, keep in mind, you put that in under the same title as white supremacy. Now, when you talk politics, it's no different, you know what I mean, under the title of white supremacy. Even when, because you got two options, either Democrat or Republican. You know, you got other options, but the two main options is Democrat or Republican. So you sort of forced to pick. That's sort of the same scheme, the same idea, same conversation, the same mess, the same jargon that you're dealing with, the same like you're dealing with the Star Spangled Banner. You see what I mean? It's really hard to separate the two. Anytime you talk politics, you're talking about it under a banner of white supremacy. And when you try to solve an issue with politics under the banner of white supremacy, you do fix things, but you ain't doing nothing but just lifting our head a little bit above water at times, which is good, which we do need in these communities sometimes. But when you talk politics, just my opinion personally, you still talking about it under the banner of white supremacy. White supremacy every time you talk politics.
So what you're saying is, even when we do talk about the politics, we're changing minor things, but we're still under a general construct of white supremacy.
Yes.
Okay, and we're gonna read some of the lyrics for the people that we took out. Is the fourth? What verse is it?
Yeah, I think this is the third verse right here.
The third verse. They do not put this in the national anthem no longer, but this was the original reason, and the original reason is the reason.
Now these are the words directly from the third verse. It says, "And where is that band who so vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and country should leave us no more? Their blood was wiped out of their foul footsteps pollution. No refuge could save the hireling enslaved from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave."
And summing that up, we're basically saying no refuge could save the hireling and the slave. You know, you're no escaping it. Basically saying right there, there's no escaping it. Just like when you read it, well, obviously we still was putting our hand up till now. People still standing up. Obviously, we still don't got no refuge from the terror of flight. We see that all through the news right now. We already see the terror and flight that was going on. The gloom in the grave. We dying, and it's gloomy out here. Everybody already feeling sad, and the Star Spangled Banner will triumph. And right now, you standing up to it, or anybody standing up to it, me, I believe that you became your own enemy.
And this is the thing too. This let me add into this, because this conversation is good, and I want to put this out here to the people. When you're voting, right? You're voting for a personality. You know, see, a lot of people think that when you're voting for a Republican or you're voting for a Democrat or you're voting for Hillary or Trump or Bush or Clinton, whatever it is back in the days, you think that you're actually going to get somebody to go in there and really change some policies and make some things happen. Listen, people, America already has in place its policies. It already has in place what they're going to do. They already know. So when we say higher ups, whoever is the founders or whoever who continues this white supremacy, whoever it is, they already have in position.
Hold on. We get another caller.
They're gonna
Thanks for the call. We're gonna hit you later, okay?
Alright, man, y'all be easy.
Well, let's take this next call. Thank you.
Hey, you calling Hotep Network? Who's speaking?
My name is Lee. What's good, man?
What's up, Lee?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. They calling from VA.
All right,
Okay.
Lee from VA, what's going on?
How
I'm
you?
chilling. Hey, yo, I'm going for Hillary, man, for real.
Okay. And why you feel Hillary is the best fit for us today?
Well, the only reason I'm going for it is because they're the only two candidates. But if you ask me, I really wouldn't vote for her, man, but she's the only one left like Donald Trump here, so I definitely don't want to vote for him with all the negative stuff he got going on.
But that's the part of the propaganda that I try to tell people that's under the banner of white supremacy. See, I don't want to get too caught up on saying white supremacy, but you're going to hear that a lot in our conversation, our discussions, because we want to help people understand and try to nurse and let's speak to that. See, when you say the negativity stuff that comes with Trump, you got to understand a lot of that is propagated. You know what I'm saying? Like, they control the media and they control what you see and what you hear. Of course, granted,
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
of course Trump has said some things and he's done some things, but you got to think about it. He's being candid and open. Look, I tell it like this. This is how I even tell my stepkids. I said, listen, I'd rather somebody come to me and tell me they don't like me rather than somebody to pretend like you like me and you don't want to be around me. See, this is how I feel about Hillary. At least you know Trump lets you know, you know. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think that makes sense too. I mean, like, I think Donald got some good views, you know what I'm saying, for him being, you know, speaking himself, you know what I mean, speaking openly and telling how he really feels and don't really care what people think. And then I understand about Hillary, and she really hates people, like you said, she don't say it, you know what I'm saying? It's like she put it up a front, but
Yeah.
I just feel like, for real, we got America kind of in a messed up place dealing with either one of them. We in a messed up situation.
Yeah, definitely. And the next question we got for our callers, about the Kaepernick situation, or basically our situation in general. How you feel about the national anthem? Should you think we should stand for it?
No, because I did my own research, you know what I mean? And because I have kids, so I want my kids to know the truth about history, what they don't learn in school. So I did my own my own search of the national anthem, and there's 3 lines that they left out.
Yeah.
That people don't know.
Yeah.
So I respect them. If people really knew what the national anthem stands for,
Come on
it was
now.
a racist anthem in the first place, because black slaves went across seas, well, with the British, became free, and they weren't fooling that in America. So,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. I just read that stanza from that song with our last caller, and I shared it with the rest of our viewers out there, because a lot of people don't know that. And the thing about it, you know, this is the thing about, again, white supremacy, is that they've gotten so good, clever and good with it that they can show you. You can look up this stuff. You still see it, but people are still going to stand up and put their hand on their chest or whatever, and salute or whatever, and go for it. Whether
You know who started that, though?
who was that?
Ronald Reagan started that.
Yep, right. Our next episode is gonna be we're running through all the presidents. We're running through all the presidents, and we're gonna see and the next episode is basically about, did we ever have a chance? Because as I ran through the presidents, like, I read my history too, it don't look like we had a chance. And the state that we in doing right now, we shouldn't even look down at the situation about how much we went through and constantly go through. I think we should look up, like, because as I seen what Ronald Reagan been doing when he put the drugs here, you know what I mean? he put the drugs here, and then we already know the rest of the history.
Yeah, like some people don't even know, and that's why I tell a couple dudes I was cool, and they looked at me like I was crazy, so I had to go around and prove it to them. Like, voting rights for blacks, they always talk about that. I tell people, every 25 years, they got to vote to see if we can vote another 25
Yep, they got to renew it, and it's coming up right now.
Yeah, so they asked President Obama, he had the chance to, like, just be done with this. So when I seen that he didn't care, he just signed off on the vote for another 25 years, that hurt me because I have sons and I have daughters. And it's sad to know that they be crying, people be talking about, you need to go out and vote. But what you don't understand, we will never be equal as a people.
Exactly.
Never. That one thing in itself makes us not equal.
It's written in the Constitution. What did it say? The black people are 3/5 of a youth. It's still in there today.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even it's still in there, written in there today.
I tell people, like, it's like a job, man. Like, you work at your job. If your boss get fired, it's still a job. It ain't nothing new changing. If your boss get fired.
I mean, I just do it. Look at all the other people in Congress. You got people in Congress that's on oxygen tanks and been there for over 40 years.
60. It's this dude that been 60. I tell people, like, civil rights would have ended 65, 68. Around that time, you got to think about it. Those people been in office since they was voting against that. Most people think that the segregation was voted by like a landslide. It barely slid through. Actually, they had to vote through, and he had to not even do a vote. He had to make it be an order. After J.K. death, they had to make it come through because they wouldn't vote for it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. That's why I tell these young dudes out here, man, these young women, I say, look, y'all may well banging out at the club, wilding out in the street, talking about games, and y'all losing, y'all doing what they need y'all to do to take us out. I'm like, yo, study your history. You want to do something? Study your history and put your kids over to the truth that they're not going to learn in school. Like my son got trouble in school. My son about to get kicked out of school like 2 years ago. While they were teaching black history, and he asked them, why y'all give us the in front of the year for black history?
You never finish the book. It just go off in the middle of it. You start off during slavery and you end off during slavery.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing else.
Yo, man, y'all keep doing what you're doing, my brother. I support most definitely.
Thank you so much, Lee, for calling in, man. We definitely got you on the list. Thank you.
Most definitely, my brother. Y'all stay up, bro.
All right, man. Take care. You know, this is the thing that gets me the most. Because I know it's going to get to the point where people viewing this show, this is the opening debut day. And I know some people's going to be giving me some feedback. And some people might say, oh, well, you got to be a little bit careful when you're speaking about saying white supremacy and you're bringing division. Listen, I'm not bringing division. Listen, I have white friends. I have white co-workers. I love them. I have white friends and people I love. You know what I'm saying? But this is bigger than them. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's been constructed from the beginning. Since before we even touched ground in America, this has all been put together through their ancestors. So this not saying that I'm against white people or anything. No, because most of the
policies.
It's the policies that are put in place.
White
that
supremacy does not mean
to hold our people
white
back.
people. That when we say white supremacy, that is something that they made that name up. I didn't make the name up for it. That's what they made up. I'm just going by the name. You can sugarcoat and put anything what it's called. White supremacy is how this was built and how it's steady being ran. All we're doing is changing managers. That's what we talking about. We need that kind of change. The next thing is, did we even have a chance, and where did we go wrong? We want some callers. Definitely call in. If we did go wrong, or do you have any counter views? Do you feel the same as us, or do you just want to shout us out and say what's up? Definitely give us a call. The number again is 284-2002. Matter of fact, we have Virginia callers. We got people from all over, so it's 585-284-2002. We're gonna take one more caller. Let's see who we got here.
Let's reach out to my man Bebo. Big support. Thank you for all the viewers. Please write down comments. We will respond to your comments as well. We're streaming through a few places right now, so continue to please share with us your comments, perspectives, perceptions.
Hey, what up, Brandon? It's Ube Monster Musa and Hotep X with Hotep Radio. We got you live on here.
What's going on, family? What's going on, baby?
What's up, my brother? What's going on?
Not much, not much.
Well, we got you live. We want to basic question we're gonna start you off with was just what's your overall feel for the state of America for a black man right now? Before we even begin, how do you feel about your overall state?
My overall state, man, it's been what it's always been. Uphill battle, uphill climb. You know, the models are saying to the black man that we faster and stronger for a reason because hey, it's a battle. We want to do them things. So, you know, I feel it's a battlefield every day.
Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
And we're gonna start hitting off at the head. The topic is coming up quick. It's Hillary or Trump. Not saying which one is better than the other, but if you had to choose right now, who and why?
I say neither. I say I'm the president. That's what I'm saying. So sort of like that. As far as politics, this is probably the first year where I really didn't care for either. It's a mockery. It's more a celebrity. If you're a celebrity, you know, so you have a name, you have money. It's always been that way. But this year, I really haven't watched campaign when they started narrowing down to who's going to be the two candidates. And I'm not a fan of neither. I can't take the Clinton. I like the Clinton administration. Then doing my homework on the Clinton administration, Clinton, he kind of led us straight too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, with those laws. With those.
You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. So, you know, I can't just run off with the Clinton name because everybody's familiar with that. And everybody's so cool, Bill, the first, you know. I'm not with that. Trump, he was just on Celebrity Apprentice. He's a joke to me. So, you know, man, I'm going to put my head down and just, you know, keep moving, man. I have no effect right now, honestly. You know, it might be ignorant in a way, but I don't care for neither, man.
Man, that's been the mood lately. The last 3 or 4 callers we had, they had the same views on that situation. It seemed like as a people, we starting to wake up on the politics is fake situation. For the most part, yeah, I see people on TV acting like it's not is what it is. But I have rarely talked to somebody. I talked to a few people that was like diehard Trump or diehard Hillary. But for the most part, most people said the whole thing is a joke for the most part.
Yeah, man. And the world is watching this joke. That's so sad. The world is watching. You know what I'm saying? So how can you give respect? We don't respect the candidates, man.
Exactly.
Like, if you're from the old school, if I had to choose, you force me, vote my own or two. But nothing I'm going to say to the man, I'm not expecting. But then just to get respect from other countries, man, ain't nobody going to respect no woman. Everybody's Queen of England and all that. Nah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she holds no military power. That is different.
Exactly. The woman is supposed to always play the backbone. I believe in that. The man is the head, the woman is the backbone. Both roles are vital. But no, man, the man is supposed to be shown. You know what I'm saying? That's decided to spit the other countries. Some countries, they don't really want to bow down to a woman. And how you expect them countries to break their code? So, you know, all this women's rights and all that. Nah, we ain't with all that. And I'm with the women's rights. We ain't with all that. You know
what, Bebo? Bebo, you just hit a point on the head because, you know, like me, I don't knock, you know, the woman being the president and everything, but that's funny that you just say that because there are a lot of countries and people that, for a woman to be presumed as the leader or the head, a lot of them don't really, agree with that. So how do we necessarily get policies passed?
And even if she's a woman, the woman thing, even that she's a woman, she's not even the thoroughbred version of it. Bill did what he did, and she rolled with it. That's not something that I would want my daughter to idolize. Yeah, I'm like and Lewinsky just was the case that she busted out. But it's several cases that we're gonna bring up throughout our show, throughout about episodes. We're gonna show you that she fired a couple interns. A lot of people that Bill Clinton been messing with throughout. This is not a one thing. This is ongoing. And she rolled with it like nothing ever happened and fired everybody.
We're dealing with conspiracy theories, where we're dealing with facts as well. Gonna make you think. You gotta think. Because a lot of people they're like, oh, you guys are getting into stuff that we don't know. No, it's stuff that you haven't researched and you don't know about.
I'm gonna bring up that key word you brought up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this a lot through this time. A lot of people do not know that the word conspiracy theory was not created until the death of John F. Kennedy.
Wow.
And you know why? We already know that's the biggest conspiracy. But when you link that one, everything makes sense. The word wasn't created until it was private news, which can pump out different information, for one. And then after his death, the word conspiracy theory is not even over 60 years old.
Wow.
And some of the things we talking about right now is over hundreds. So the word conspiracy theory, those things kind of fall on deaf ears with me because the word conspiracy theory is a conspiracy in its damn self.
Right, because it's like they don't want you to think.
A lot of people don't know that.
It's like saying "but" in a conversation. It's like, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I agree, but in the gate, as soon as you say conspiracy theory, it's like, all right, you're gonna say conspiracy theory. Everything you're gonna say, I'm gonna just negate it and forget about it because as soon as you say conspiracy theory, it causes me not to really want to look that deep into it.
And we gonna move on to the next question. The national anthem. We know the whole situation with your boy Cap. I know you're a San Fran fan. How you feel about the Niners this season, though?
Hey, it's probably gonna be another stuff off the topic. I don't have high hopes, but we gonna keep it official. We don't have high hopes. We had a racist coach come in, and then we have somebody protest. Look how ironic my organization is, becomes. But I give us 60%. Yeah, I give it 60%.
Okay. And about the national anthem. Not only in football, but we talking about in schools. We get them at our graduations. We know a lot. We know all the information about the national anthem. Where we all get this at. How you feel about should anybody black stand up knowing we know the guy that was a racist? We didn't say exactly what he said. We talked about the hymn that he wrote, the third verse that they try to hide in there.
Francis Scott Key. Look that name up. Francis Scott Key. That's for the people, the viewers out there.
Yep, definitely look that up. He said we would never escape slavery. Based on the Star Spangled Banner, you know what I mean? But what he said was, one thing he said outside of his music, that's how much it influenced him. He had to put it in his music. He said that we were a distinct, inferior species. Right? We were an inferior species. Species. Subhuman. And after knowing that and knowing that they took it out, but, before they took it out, they was blaring it. You know what I mean? And I say the original meaning is the meaning. We can't switch it around. Even a black one, burn that shit too. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want no national anthem because we have no nation. Matter of fact, we cannot support a national anthem when we never been part of a nation. We have no nation, no national thing coming up.
Man,
but how do you feel about standing up for it though, as football players? Because the league is coming down. They got a couple of cops in San Fran, the people that usually run security for them, they said if you don't stand, they don't care if it's one player. And they said if Kaepernick don't stand next time, they're taking the security away. But how do you feel about standing for it though?
Okay, overall, I feel about standing, man. At first, I was torn until I did my own research, man. Like you said, Francis Scott Key was the founder, the author of it. And by doing research, I read that third verse in Flight. This is the home of the brave, and God became a slave and to the grave. Something of that nature, the third verse. So basically, we have no respect. How can we honor something that was disrespecting us, holding us oppressed, man? You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because we follow tradition all our lives, so we're trying to get brainwashed. And at first, it struck a nerve with everybody because it's like, you feel that, well, you're also brainwashed that there's no other better country than this. God bless America or whatnot. But we can't even say that's the fact that nobody has traveled and really did research. The key thing of anything as far as getting better, you must do the research. To do research, I understand that he was a racist. I'm honoring a racist, trying to get over my oppression, but I'm bringing up his song, bumping his anthem. It's not my anthem. Those pay him. So, I think no person to stand up. I'm going to teach my daughter when I come up over this weekend, she would not put her hand across her heart as far as America.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So,
we got to spread it. Got to get the kids onto it.
So we got to get them off the brainwash, start our own tradition. Like it's a mother crop, man. It's not that at all. Like I was while research, I came across a news by the brother Polite. He said he was like, okay, you look at the Jews, oppressed people, what they did to move on from their oppressor, all Hitler stuff for the Holocaust, it got burnt down. You know what I'm saying? If you want to research the Holocaust, go to the museum. But overall, the Jews, all his songs, all their uniforms, any symbols. Symbolism is real big and plays on your subconscious. All that stuff got burnt down. Yep. And you look at the Jews today. The Jews today are prosperous because they do not embrace their oppressor. They do not celebrate their oppressor. But we still do that, and we wonder in our subconscious that plays a part. So no black person should not stand. And then I don't see why white America, they get so heated. They like, oh, this okay. Now, he didn't stand, but when somebody got shot down, you didn't come to and say, oh, that's outrageous, right. So I got up to bat. As soon as he takes the seat, he's not violent in his protest. He was quiet. He didn't shoot nobody. He's quiet in his protest, not trying to hurt anybody peacefully. But you guys are in an uproar because he sat down and took his stand from, and he honors his amendment right. Yeah.
And called him a nigger, like that made the situation better. That's been improved him. And it's another fact that they didn't know back on during the war, black men used to fight to hold the flag. That actual mobs of men, white men, used to run around and take the American flag, actually burn it for you, snatch it from black people. Before all this, before they made us listen to it, they were snatching it out our hand. Now they gonna force it down our throat.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny too? Because Cam Newton, look,
he done switch sides on him.
But no.
Everybody know Cam Newton has officially switched sides.
I'm sorry, I had to put it out there, Cam. I had to put you out there.
Cam Newton,
sorry.
We should have known. I know they did you bad yesterday, last year in the news. But you can't fold like that. You just said that I'm a black man in America. They're gonna look at me in a fearsome way or something about that. Now, in this situation, he said color doesn't even exist. Not only to him, but to the world.
But that's crazy. But when he gets scrutinized, when he was just taking up, when he took his back on the ball, look at him. But they don't say that about Tom Brady. But he's really.
He's suspended. Right now. Tom Brady is suspended right now. Do everybody know Tom Brady is suspended?
Oh my goodness.
But Tom Brady is suspended, and they gave him they gave him something better, and he went back to his old alma mater in Michigan. They're supporting a known cheater at their alma mater. They went on the New England play. He's not allowed there. He's going to Michigan to announce the Michigan. A cheater.
Oh, we don't have any evidence that he cheated.
He's suspended. I don't need the evidence. The NFL said I don't need the evidence.
Hey, hold on, 'cause that's my team. So hold up, there's no evidence. Hold on, guys, this is a sidebar. Hold up, because there's no evidence, and he did try to fight it, and he just said, fuck it, I'm done. So just putting that out there. But go ahead, continue.
All we know is he did the time during the time. Hey, I like that justice. It's starting to feel like ours. Okay, and the last question, if you do know a time point or a period or actual situation, where did we all go wrong? Not in slavery, but after we left, you know what I mean, we got our community together. Where did we go wrong, or did we not have a chance? Or didn't have a chance at all?
I'm more of an optimistic instead of pessimistic. So I think we always, we came a long way, but we kind of started to drop the torch. We look at a marathon, a relay race. We dropped the ball when we started to get out, and we were segregated as far as our schools, our teachers, and stuff like that. Yeah. I ain't gonna say segregation is the best model, but in a way, it kind of gave us our power to govern our community, our schools, because it started with the school. Because I think if we were kept segregated, we would never, is salute the flag. We would have never, we'd have been teaching our own children, and then teaching our children, we have a different light of how we see the world. A lot of times it comes from how we see things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
if we now, all our kids are being taught by black people, when they see black people, they can, you know, I can become a teacher. But when your oppressor is in all the major worlds, as far as a teacher, you've been taught to do a yay high, and they all been white. You know what I'm saying? You kind of, those are role models, police officers, and you know what I'm saying? So I think we kind of dropped the ball by not taking control of our schools. You know what I'm saying? And teaching them, because we so quick. I hear a lot of black women or just black parents, I can't wait to school. I can't go to school, get my life.
I remember, my personal feelings on that. I remember my mom saying, like, I can't wait till y'all go back to school. It wasn't like for the education. It wasn't for the education part. Out of my hair. Right. It turned to a babysitter, and they don't, exactly. 66.
And that school is molding you, yo.
Yeah, and that's a taught behavior. It was more of a taught behavior. Something just to say, you know, not that it really meant just send them there, but it was that though. It was that was the bad part. It really was that.
Have a lot of power, man. We gotta be careful about that. We kind of say a lot of stuff and as saying, and don't realize what we saying, man. Like, you gotta understand. I'm just not coming to my own word. Your words is the most powerful thing that you, besides your mind, man. Like, we gotta use them. We have to speak life into all our situations. But, you know, it's kind of hard to speak life when you always see in the press and you see death. Media is a tool for that, where they promote that a lot. You know, it's one thing that caught me. It was like, brother said, we will leave up the deaths of black people as far as white men killing it, and we'll show it in cold blood. And that is the shock where they leave it up on YouTube. You can look at all the people that have been murdered.
Yeah.
You can go on it right now. They don't have no censor filter. They show us getting murdered, gunned down. So when a little kid go across that would scare the living hell out of that kid to make him be inferior. He's scared. He's shelter shocked. But then if you say anything about gays, they will take your post off of YouTube because they're trying to protect the gays. They don't protect us from getting killed. It's all about the image and what we see. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a lot of factors get played into it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's the problem, too, is the emasculation of our men. They're emasculating our men. There's no man, a black man, that you can see that's in a role. I mean, we look at the people like Denzel Washington. But, you know, there's the really...
We're going to get one second. We're going to get a phone number out one more time. It's 585-284-2002. Again, that's 585-284-2002. This is Hotep Network. We got my boy Hotep X and Musa. We just finishing out with our boy Bebo. And you got any final words for us, Bo?
Final words, man, is let's just spread love, baby. Let's love one another, man. You know, that's the best we can do right now to fight this evil right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's start there loving and really teaching our kids, man. Let's start with the children and loving each other, man. That's all it is.
Right. Okay, man. Black power, man.
You already know black power, baby.
Okay. It seems that all the callers we're getting does have the same general feel about Hillary and Trump. I had some people go for Hillary, we had some for Trump, but the general census has been we don't trust them both, and I like that that black people are waking up that it's not really for us in that sense. But if we got any more callers, definitely call in now. The line is clear.
Definitely, please. And like the point I was making is that we have actually lost people to look up to. Like, I remember growing up when I was little, right? You know, you would see glimpses and clips of different people that you wanted to aspire to become and be like. And a lot of times mine were superheroes. And, you know, I never identified a superhero to being a black guy or anything. I was just always thinking, oh, a superhero, whatever. As you get older, you look at people like, you know, they were white. I never really had, like, a black idol or something to really look up to. You know what I'm saying? I never really had somebody that I could be like, you know what, I want to be like him when I grow up. There was always situations where it was like, it was something I either watched, you know, or, you know, I looked at something, I was like, you know, I want to do that like him. But there wasn't really no role models. Of course, I grew up in a household where my father wasn't around. You know, and we know that's prevalent in the black community. And this is something that, you know, through watching these these episodes that we put up, that we're going to try to help change and try to help motivate and help educate our brothers and sisters out there. Like I said, I love this. This is something that I see myself doing for the rest of my life. Right now, like I said, this is the debut night, so we're just touching on some topics. But as you continue to follow us and continue to share our page and share our movement with other people, we'll definitely be sharing with you tactics and different strategies, how we can move. We're going to be having some food drives. We're going to be having some educational literature that we're going to be passing out. We're really going to get out here in these streets and really try to make some change, you know what I'm saying? Because the time is now. The time is definitely now. So enjoy the music. We just vibing. Got my fantasy draft coming up a little bit. I'm already set. I'm ready to go, baby. Ready to go. I hope I get my boy. I hope I get the first round pick, Kaepernick. You know what? I might just take Kaepernick out there. Even though they're gonna be riding the bench, I might just take him just because, man. Just because, man.
Hey, I remember when Yao Ming didn't play a whole season. The whole China voted him into the All-Star game. We need to get like that. Yao Ming had went to the All-Star game 3 times in a row without playing a whole year. That's love from your people. That's when we get a national anthem and as a nation.
That's what we talk about. Collective. That's what I was speaking when I talk about collective economics, group economics. Just building, man. We need a togetherness. My people, we gotta kill the ego. Kill the ego, Negro. That's what I tell them all the time. Kill that ego, Negro, please.
And definitely call in, you know. The question's gonna be who you voting for, Hillary or Trump. Definitely call us in and tell us why or why not. We're looking for people again. The number is 585-284-2002. It's your boy Hotep X and Ube Musa.
Big L.
Sorry, Jack, get him out of that. My 38 broke straight, so make no mistake and hesitate. I can't wait to demonstrate this nigga play. He didn't listen to what I was speaking. He started reaching, so I left him sleeping with his temple leaking. Alright, back to my man Jay-Z one time.
Yeah, we gonna wrap up the show. Definitely catch us though. Yeah. You can catch us anytime on my boy Elvin page right there.
Yeah.
Hotep X.
Hotep X.
Hit me up at Facebook, Ube Musa. I'll be typing it in the comments later.
We're going to send you some links where you can upload our podcast. We got different sites, so we be hitting you off with the links, letting you know we can listen to the stuff live. Just continue just to send it out there and just show us love, you know. Definitely don't hold back. Feel free to call in whenever. And we do this for you. We do this for the people. Okay? Peace.
Check it out. As soon as I grab it, I eat it up like a